Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stan&Chelle show. I would like to wish everybody a happy new year. Hopefully, this year will bring joy, peace, health, and wealth. And hopefully, everything that you're going to be working towards this year, you'll be able to make it come true. So, today we're going to have a special segment on where we're going to be talking about credit. What is it is important to have a good credit. So, today we're going to have a special guest, Coach Ceranise Alcindor. She'll be able to tell us more about it, how to fix it, and all the best option there is out there for having good credit. So everybody, help me welcome Coach Ceranise Alcindor. Hello, Coach. How are you doing today?
Hello, Stan. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for being part of the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
I'm very
likewise. Yes.
delighted to be part of your show.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And at first, I would like to wish you a happy new year. Hopefully,
Well,
this
Happy
will
New Year
bring
to you
all the
too.
good stuff and that everything that you will do, God will bless it and prosper.
Well, thank you so much. Listen,
All
I
right.
declare a double portion, and for you and all of our audience, I declare a double portion over your life in 2022.
Awesome.
It's
Thank you.
gonna be
Thank
a
you.
great year.
Awesome. I will receive it, and everybody receive it. So, our first question, Coach, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what do you do?
Oh, sure, absolutely. But first, I want to start by saying thank you to you for what you do. Thank you, first of all, for having me, for giving me the opportunity to speak on your show. And also, you've been doing such an amazing job to our audience, to our fans, and our community. And it's really none like any other. So I want to say thank you. And the work you're doing, it's so amazing. Only God, can pay you for doing such amazing thing, because we're always learning in this life. We're always learning, and you, by bringing new faces with new information, the people always learning from you. And thank you for all the value that you bring. A little bit about myself. Like you said, my name is Ceranise Alcindor, and I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a servant leader, I'm a servant of God. I love God and I love people. So I love helping, I love serving. So to really wrap it up in a nutshell, I'm a mom, like I said, and I get to wear different hats, And people ask me all the time, how you able to do it? I'm able to do it because God built me for that. So He built me to be able to do such thing. But one thing I do a lot is, one thing I do because I love helping people. I'm also a registered nurse. I've been in the profession for a little bit over 15 years. So I've been practicing nursing for a little bit over 15 years. And then right now, I would say I'm no longer working in a hospital helping people, because as of June 2021, June 4th, I donated the job back to the hospital. And now I really extend my wings out to be able to help more people. Now, don't get me wrong, I love helping people. I will forever be a registered nurse. But what it does is that it takes me from helping one individual in a hospital to now helping people with their financial and credit health. Because in America, one of the, I would say, the most important three-digit numbers anybody can have is your credit score. That's the most important thing. So I tell people I'm the registered nurse who went from helping people with their physical health to now to from helping people with their physical health to now helping people with their financial and credit health.
Awesome. Having that's awesome. Thank you for everything that you're doing. And
Thank you.
hopefully everything that you're gonna share today will help, especially the high school student who just about to having their own credit to know exactly what they need to do. You know. Can you
Absolutely.
define to them what is a credit?
Credit, like I mentioned a few seconds ago, a credit score in America is one of the most important three-digit numbers someone can have. So people approach me all the time. They said, "Well, I don't have any credit." They're thinking credit means credit card, right? But a lot of people, they don't really understand what a credit score is until they come across the situation of where they have to do a major purchase, like one of the most important purchase of their lives, like the best investment, for instance, like buying a car, buying a house or renting an apartment, that's when they realize that the person who's giving them the loan say, hey, ma'am, hey, sir, you don't, your credit is bad, or you don't have any credit. We can't do this. We can't help you. So what is credit? Credit is a three-digit numbers that the country they have calculated. They determine how to make you credit worthy. Credit worthy is your credibility. So that's why I always say a good credit, somebody's credit is their credibility, meaning people can trust you because those numbers based on certain numbers and behavior that people have. So the credit score ranges from 300 to 850. So you have to be in between. The lower the number, the worse it is. The higher the number, the better it is. And that's why a lot of people that don't realize that, because having a good credit score can also determine how much you're gonna pay on interest rate when it comes to making a purchase, or one of the most important purchase in somebody's lives.
Okay. So you kind of explain a little bit, what's important to having good credit and why uh, it's not important, or why it's good to have a good credit and why it's not good to have a bad credit. And can you elaborate more on the really importance of having good credit? I know you give some example as far as like buying a car and your credibility, and how exactly is going to affect somebody who really have a bad credit.
Absolutely. Now, when it comes to credit, there are five things that people have to keep into consideration. That's how they come up with the score that they give you. They look at somebody's payment history, meaning does the person pay their credit card, let's say your house or whatever, do you pay your obligation on time? Because if you don't pay on time, it takes away, it drop your credit score. So if you pay on time, it help build your credit score. So 35% of somebody's overall credit is determined based on their history of how they make payment. So that's why I said it's mainly have to do with habit. So if you have a habit of not paying your credit, or let's say your car payment, your house payment, or whatever, if you don't have the habit of paying it on time, you are risking of losing 35% of your overall credit. Now, another thing that determines somebody's credit is credit utilization. Let's say somebody have a credit card and they give you $1,000, and some people, they don't know, they end up spending the whole $1,000, or they go above it. So the company, that whenever they give you a loan or they give you a card, they don't expect you to use the whole thing at once. They want you to have that habit of you do your purchase, then you pay on time, before time. And there's a hack when it comes to making payment that can really help people build their credit, history. It calls 15-3. 15-3 means you gotta pay your credit card on before time, 15 days before it's due, and also 3 days before it's due. So that way it reflects your a good habit of making payments on time. Also, the third thing that determines somebody's overall credit score is your length of the how long you had that credit card. Let's say, because oftentimes people, oh, I had a credit card, but I had to close the credit card because I didn't want to have it. So every time you close a credit card, it affects you, because it's like wine. The longer you have it, the better it is for you. So like those things, they're very important for people to know. Otherwise, it's really gonna hurt them in the long run. I don't know if I answered the question, but it's a lot of information for people to comprehend. But pretty
I
much
think
that's
I think the answer is like, why it's important to have a good credit, because you got to
mhm,
pay it on time, make sure uh, you don't go over the limit that they give
mhm,
you, and everything like that. So
right.
all this, everything that you just said is for people who already have credit. For an high school student who somebody who doesn't have any credit, who want to start building their credit. So what exactly they need to do, or exactly can they start working on their credit?
Most definitely. Good question. Now, before I go into that, because you did ask, why is it important for people to have a good credit? It's important to have good credit because it determines how much you're going to pay for a loan. So let's say me and you, Stan, let's say we buy the same exact car. Let's say we buy a Honda, just an example. For the same amount of money, $20,000 each, but you have good credit. Let's say your credit score is 800 and mine is 520. So the difference between the interest rate, it's ridiculously crazy. So you by having a good credit score, you might pay maybe 2% of interest on that car. And then me, by having a bad credit, I might end up paying 28 to 30%, which makes a big difference. With that saying, I have a friend of mine, he had purchased a car, right? He
Mhm.
didn't know about credit, so he had a bad credit. And the person who sold him that car, yes, the salesman, they're gonna sell you the car. If they can squeeze your little credit score in place, they'll sell you that car. So they charge him 30% interest. So when his friend asks you, "Oh, cool, nice car. What's your API?" He's like, "What's that?" So he ended up paying at 30%. The car payment was so high, they ended up repossessed the car because he couldn't make the payment. So the difference it makes, oftentimes I tell people, it's better you wait like 5, 6 months to fix your credit before making a purchase where half of the payment goes towards interest that you're paying. So the difference, the importance of having a good credit, it saves you a lot of money, and also it gets you qualified for things. Because when you have bad credit, it can create frustration, like just craziness, embarrassment. If you have bad credit and trying to get a rental, and they say, "Oh, like we can't rent you. You have a bad, credit," then it creates embarrassment. So let's say a kid who just graduating high school now going to college, two things. Anybody who turned 18, they need two things, or both, one or two of two or both. They need to have a job, an income, and they need to have credit. So what we do in this company, in our organization, is we help people build credit. The two best way people can build credit, they call them positive trade line. The number one, which most people know, is having a good credit card. And the different credit cards I highly recommend is one called secured credit card. It's secured because you put your own money to build credit. So let's say a kid who just graduated high school, they can get a credit card. But one thing they need to know, they need to learn on how to use that credit card so it doesn't hurt them. And or let's say an adult, because I meet a lot of adults that never buy anything on credit, they have no credit. We also help them get a credit card, and then also help them report their rental history. Rental history is a good way to build credit. So those two positive trade lines, they're amazing because they really help people build credit fast. And going on that building credit, I have a lot of people, they say, "You know what, I hear bad things about credit card. I do not want a credit card. I don't want to use a credit card." So they would say, "You know what, is there any way I can build credit?" I'm like, "Yes." There's a company called self.com. People can Google it, find it. Self, it's like a loan they give you, and that loan you're making payments towards the loan every month. And after 12 or 24 months, they give you that money back. So that builds credit. It calls self. Okay. And we can also put a link in the descriptions, so people can click on it if they want to learn more about self. And so self and rental history reporting are those two ways people can build credit if they don't want to get a credit card.
Okay, for somebody who know they have a bad credit and they want to
Mhm.
fix it, how exactly your organization and you can help somebody fix their credit?
Oh, somebody that comes and they have bad credit, oftentimes we sit down, we give them a free analysis, which I'm open to give anybody who's watching this show. Because you're watching this Stan show, you get to get a free credit analysis. The free credit analysis, what we do is we ask the person some questions in regard to their credit history, if they know their credit score numbers, and so forth. So everybody who's watching this, you can call for a free credit analysis. Now, after we do the free credit analysis, we, get once the person gets started, we can easily help people because that's what we do. We are saving America one person at a time, one household at a time, help fix their credit. Now, even before I tell you how we can assist somebody like that, let me give you a few statistics. Maybe a lot of people didn't know, and maybe you, Stan, you probably didn't know those statistics. In 2019, research shows that over 43 million Americans have a credit score less than 600. Okay, that was in 2019. Now we are in 2021, and we all know what happened. With the pandemic, people lost their jobs. They ended up not being able to pay for their credit cards. They get eviction. So people's credit are messed up. People call me, they say, hey, let me tell you, my credit score, my credit history is just messed up. It's jacked up. So people tell me that all the time. I'm like, it's nothing to be ashamed of, because a lot of people found themselves in that predicament and they really can't help it. So, what we do, we get them in the system, we do a detailed analysis, then we write letters, dispute letters, and send them out for them. So we are helping people every single day, because so many people need that the service, because they're in desperate needs. Actually, it's not something people just want, but people have to have a good score. It doesn't matter if you are the president of the United States, or if you are just, somebody who's a nobody. You need to have a good credit score. And sure, my organization, we can help people, because we've been around for over 18 years, and all we're doing is helping people. And so far, we've been able to help remove over 2 million negative items off of people credit history.
Wow, that's a lot, and congratulations. And what's the name of the organization? Because I don't remember you said it.
Okay, me myself, I work for my company's name is Ceranise Financial, but we partner with a big company that's been really doing amazing things in the United States, and it's really amazing. This company it's been around, and one of the amazing things the company does is that we offer scholarship for kids who wants to go to college. So we help them go to college. So this year, every year we give out money. So far we've been giving away over $1 million in scholarship. This year alone, we provided over $600,000 in scholarship for young kids. And I'm sure a lot of the people that's listening right now, you guys have kids, grandkids, nieces and nephews, neighbors, even strangers that wants to go to college, and those kids oftentimes they don't have the money, or their parents don't know how to apply for financial aid. So what we do, we have application where people can apply for free money to go to college. So this year 2021, we give away $600,000 in scholarship, and one of the ladies that won the first prize, she won $30,000. She is a young lady who lives in Orlando, Florida, and she's a young Haitian, was born in Haiti. Her parents came here with her when she was at a young age, and now she's graduating high school this year, 2021. She graduated already, and the $30,000 can go a long way for a young person that didn't have the money to go to college. So that's one of the things we do. But I don't know for you, Stan, and a lot of people that's listening. When I went to school, they didn't teach me about financial. I didn't have financial literacy. So one of the things we do every time somebody take the service from us, we take out money off of those membership, and we put it into a basket, into a pool where kids can go to. We can help fund young kids in middle school, and high school to learn about money. So we do financial literacy for those children, part of the money. So we're doing amazing, amazing things by giving back to the community and educate young kids and their parents.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a good organization. Are you guys statewide, or your focus just on specific states?
No, we nationwide. We actually operate in all 50 states, including Puerto Rico, and all 50 states. And actually, we provide the service in all 50 states, but I have business partners or agents that's throughout the whole world. As long they have connection toward the state, we do business everywhere. So we really, our goal is to really help, financially liberate a lot of people, from their financial charges.
Wow, that's awesome. You help people with credit, and you help people going to school. You're doing a good job, and I really appreciate that. If they would like to contact you, well, what would be the best way to contact you?
It's very easy. People can find me. I have my website. I'll post it. It's serenisefinancial.com, Ceranise Financial, and the name it's written here is serenisefinancial.com. They can go on my website, learn about the different services we offer. They'll get to see a lot of testimonials of people that take the service and their satisfaction. Also, people can follow me on Facebook, Instagram with Ceranise Financial, and also on YouTube. They can follow me. I love to connect. I really like to connect. And with my on social media, I like to provide people with information. I provide a lot of good content in regard to credit, And not just credit, I share information about my family, about things that's happening on a daily basis, just normal, but also I help educate people with credit, some good credit tips. And also we do a lot of, I share a lot of motivational and inspirational information that's really going to help people, to help them grow and learn more each and every day.
Awesome. So everybody, if you want to know more about Coach Ceranise, check on the link below and then contact her. And then I think, and I believe she'll be happy to help you, like she said. So to go back about credit, when you were talking about your friend who tried to buy a car, and then that was a nice car, but when the other friend asked what was his EPA or IPA.
Oh, the it's just the yield, like the percentage. What's the percentage rate they charge him?
Okay,
Okay.
can you give more detail about that? Because I think some people might want to know what is a APA.
Sure, it's the interest, the annual interest that they charge you on your whenever you buy a house or a car, is that percentage that they charge you. Pretty much, it's just that. So oftentimes, you can just, when you go to the dealership, first thing you should ask them, don't just be so excited that you get a car, but just find out, hey, what is my interest rate? What is it? What my interest rate gonna be? The annual interest rate. So it's important for them to find out what it's going to be, because the thing is, knowledge is power. Because if somebody don't know that they could have gotten that car at a 2%, if somebody come and say, hey, it's going to be 26%, if that's all they know, they don't know the difference, they're going to say, oh, okay, 26, I guess that's good. So it's always good for people to ask questions and also to educate themselves.
Okay. So listen, everybody, educate yourself. Coach Chinese, she's there for you whenever you need her. Contact her, and then she'll be happy to answer all the questions. And if you have any other question that you like to ask, just leave it in the comment below, and I'll do my best to send it to her, and then she'll be able to contact you and answer your question, whichever question that you have. So, Sarah, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for answering all the questions. And if you have any advices, anything that you like to share in testimony for a high school or somebody who doesn't have credit or somebody who have credit but that's really bad, if you have any advice to share, please share with them right now.
Oh, absolutely. Once again, thank you. And I know this is really important information. But guys, as we entering 2022, a lot of people want to be able to buy. Then with tax season coming up, people already planning on buying their car, change car, refinance their houses, do some major purchases. But all of those purchases based on credit. They based on credit. I'm here to help, and I will give major discount to the first 20 people that reach out to me. As long as you mention this show, I will honor that discount for you. And I really, really, I'm looking to forward to helping a lot of people, because it doesn't make any sense, because our services, people are able to get to see significant changes, significant results in as little as 45 to 90 days. But usually I ask people to give me about 4 to 6 months, because everybody's credit profile is different. Usually we don't give them an exact definite time frame it's going to take, but I ask them to give me a minimum of 4 to 6 months, so that we really can prove to them that I'm the best at what I do. But really, really, guys, it's crazy the number of people that needs this service right now. In 2021, we have over 115 million Americans with a credit score less than 600. That's crazy. So that means all these people, they need help fixing their credit. And what I found out is that we don't have enough people telling those people about the services. So also I'm expanding, with 2022, I'm really expanding my franchise. So what we do when somebody partner with us, it's a franchise, just like you would have a franchise for McDonald's, for let's say Subway. It's a franchise. So for less than $300, if somebody's out there looking to get an opportunity to help people, you know, they can reach out to me. I'm really looking forward to work with some um, like-minded individuals, some like-minded individuals for less than $300. They can reach out to me, and I can help them have their own franchise. And it's a one-time payment. Also, we have people, if you're looking to fix your credit in 2022, which I think everybody should have a good credit score, whether you need to buy something or not. It looks good on you. It makes you look good by having a good credit score. Just to know, hey, my credit is on point. So I'm looking forward to help any and everybody that's looking to get their credit on point for 2022, because really you never know when you're going to need that credit score, and you don't have to go get it fixed when you need it. You want to have it there waiting for you. So I'm open to help anybody that's looking for an opportunity, because as you can see, like I said, I was able to walk away from my nursing job, which I've been doing for over 15 years, and right now at the comfort of my home. This office is my home office in my living room, and I'm helping people every single day. I'm just rescuing people, rescuing people. So I'm the nurse, the credit repair rescuing nurse who's really helping a lot of people here in America. And also, if anybody want to fix their credit for less than $3 a day, you can get your credit fixed, guys. Do not go into 2022 with bad credit and then just wish you had done something about it. If you had already made a big purchase, let's say you buy a car or a house, and the interest rate is ridiculously high, you can refinance. Just work on your credit, fix your credit, and then after that, we you can go back and ask them, hey, can you reconsider? Now my credit is good, and have them recheck your credit and then give you a better rate. Because you can take all that money that you paying towards interest, invest it in something, put it towards your kids' college, towards your retirement. You can do so much with money. And if you don't need it to, you can save it and send it to me. I'll give you my cash app, not free.
Oh yeah, send it to me too. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yes,
For
yes.
somebody who like who I can say like they don't know if they have credit. Do you know where they need to go to check it to know if you know if they have credit or not? Is the website
Mhm.
they can go and check on that?
Absolutely. If somebody don't know what their credits are, because a lot we have there are a lot of apps people can use. One of them is Credit Karma. I mentioned it first because a lot of people are familiar with Credit Karma. They can go creditkarma.com. They can even, I believe there's an app they can download it. Just put their information and it will show you your score. And a lot of banks, if you have your banks, a lot of banks allow you to check your FICO score. The FICO score is different from the credit score that the three credit bureaus give you through those apps. And also, people can go to the annualcreditreport.com. That's a free annual credit report that's available where people can get their own credit. Whenever people pull their own credit, it doesn't affect them. It's not an inquiry, it's not a hard inquiry. So, meaning it does not affect their credit scores, which is different. If somebody go out there and have somebody pull your credit, it's definitely going to affect you. Especially, let's say like within a year, don't have your credit pulled more than 4 times. Once you reach number 4, put the stop sign up, because it means it's too many inquiries. Banks, like if you try to buy a house and they look at your credit score and they say, oh, this person have 14 inquiries in the last 24 months. They have 10 inquiries in the last 24 months. They're like, this person is credit desperate. They look at you as being desperate and they don't want to trust you. So with that saying, I always tell people, don't keep pulling your credit to have people just hoping that your credit score will meet the requirement. And another thing I tell people, don't be applying for a lot of store credit cards, because it's gonna hurt you. It's not good to have all those department stores. You know how sometimes you go to a department store, they, hey ma'am, hey sir, if you open a credit card, we're gonna save you $10, but that $10 you end up paying a lot for it. So I tell people, be aware, be aware of those offers. And one thing that's very damaging, Stan, is that we just had, like, we had Thanksgiving, we had Black Friday, we just had Christmas. People tend to spend a lot of money, which make them go into the new year with a lot of late payment, like they maximize their credit card, or they just went over the limit because they make a lot of purchases they shouldn't be making in the first place. So these people we hear, we also have free webinar we offer to people if they would just want to learn of how they can get their credits back on track. Oftentimes they don't, it doesn't involve money for people to know. Knowledge is power. So we also have free webinars we do where people can come learn about our credit how they can manage and control their credit, and also they get to learn on how they can make some extra money. Because one thing I know, everybody can use some extra income. Everybody can use some extra money. So if somebody's looking for a part-time opportunity, or if they're looking to make some extra $100 on the side, they can also reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help them do that, just that.
Wow, you do a lot of stuff. Man. A mom, a business lady, a financial advisor. Whoa. I might have done to you like young.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you. And you say like don't open a lot of credit card. So I mean credit card, or what's the maximum of credit card that you think somebody should have?
When it comes to credit card, I think people should have one good credit card, and they call them major credit cards. It's one good credit card. But what we find oftentimes is because of people's credit, they're not qualified for a lot, or because of their income, they're not qualified for a lot. But two, I think two is should be the average number someone can have when it comes to credit card, because credit cards shouldn't be something people use just for using it, because every credit card, they charge you interest, they charge you annual fees. People have to be ready for that. And that's why we have a lot of people that's in trouble here in America, because they don't know that. So two credit cards should be enough. You have them, even if you just use them for small purchases like putting gas in your car. The main thing is that it helps you build credit. But some people, they use them, they use credit card as like it's a form source of income. It's not. Credit cards should be used on as needed basis, and then you pay it right away, you pay it back. So that usually when you get a credit card, they give you 30 days after you do the purchase. Once the month reaches that due date, they give you a date that you make the payment. As long you make all the payment before that due date, you don't pay any interest on the balance. But let's say you are supposed to pay your balance, let's say your balance is $500, and they say, oh, you can pay the minimum of $25. So you pay the 25, but once the due date, or let's say your due date is December 31st, once that date comes and your balance is still there, they charge you that, they put that interest rate fees on that account. So it's important for people to know how to use their credit card, and also use it, pay it right away, pay it before or on the due date, and you'll never have to pay for interest.
Okay, so you prefer for somebody to pay the whole money at once instead of paying it monthly?
If you okay, the thing is, if you're paying the minimum, you're gonna end up paying more than what you should have paid. So let's say you have $1,000 limit on a credit card, and you for this month you spent $300. So the $300, after you spend it throughout the whole month, they give you 30 days to make that payment after when they send you the statement. So that $300, you don't have to wait a whole year to pay the whole thing. So what I highly recommend to my customers is that $300, you pay half of it 15 days before they give the due date, because every credit card, the credit card company gives you a date for you to make the payment, right? So that calls the due date. Now, before the due date, you make half of the payment 15 days before it's due, and then the other half of the payment, you make it 3 days before it's due. Now, it doesn't matter. You can also pay the whole thing at once before the due date, but if you want to build credit, the best way to do it, it calls 15-3, meaning 3 days before, 15 days before, and 3 days before you make the payment. And by the due date, let's say the due date is on the 31st, and you make the last payment today, come the 31st, when they do that screenshot of your credit, they see you have a balance of zero. They say, good job. Then you get points added to your credit score. But let's say when they do the screenshot on that 31st of the month, they see you owed $300, and your balance is still like, let's say 250 or 295. They charge you interest on that balance. So I highly recommend that people, as they purchase, make the whole payment before it's due. Before it's due.
Okay, okay. So you heard the boss lady, if I can say like that. Make sure you try to pay as soon as possible, 15 days or 3 days before the due date. And I have another question. Like I heard
Mhm.
somebody say, for example, you have a good credit, you pay your credit card off, and now people are starting to use cash to purchase anything. So is it good for when you have the credit card and you're not using it anymore and you just leave it there, or it's good to always use it for your credit to go up? Can your credit go up without using it? I think that would be the best question. Like for somebody who pay the credit card off and then they put the credit card away, they never use it. Is it like a good thing to do, or they have to always use the credit card to raise the credit score high?
Good question. I know a lot of people don't believe in credit cards, but if you already have a credit card, it's I highly recommend people to use it. Me personally, let me come clear, right? In 2019, I became debt free. So I went through a program. I became debt free, paid off all my debt, and I based my life on cash only. When I say cash, it could be debit card. Debit card is cash, right? So they
Mhm.
always say cash is king, but credit is power. Okay. Credit, when you have good credit, even if you have cash, if you don't have good credit, a lot of doors can be closed. They can close a lot of doors on your face. But if you have good credit, a lot of doors can open for you, then people trust you. So going back to the question you asked, a lot of people use cash, but if you have a card, a credit card, I would say keep using it. Don't overuse it, because when you overuse and abuse anything, it's not good. But if you have a credit card, I highly recommend that you use it. Even if you just use it to pay for put gas in your car. Just keep using it so that way they know that you're using it. Because if you have the credit card and you don't use it, it's not serving you any purpose. Okay, especially if you already have it. So use cash for a lot of things, but certain things you can use a credit card and keep using it. So I'm not gonna tell people to overuse it. And if you have a balance, they're gonna charge you interest. I'm not gonna tell you to keep a balance, but at least use it at a minimal so that you can build credit and maintain a good high credit score. And remember, for me, good credit score really start at 720. So anybody who has a 719 or less, you don't have good credit. Sorry to burst the bubble. If your credit score is not 720 or higher, it's poor. You can go in the chart. There's a chart where the credit bureaus utilize to tell you where you fall. If your credit score is not 720 or higher, it's bad credit. So you don't have good credit. And excellent credit is anything 800 to 850 is excellent credit. So it's good to be in the excellent. They call it 700 and 800 club. So if somebody, I'm just curious. If you are listening or watching this show right now and you are in the 700 or 800 club, leave a comment and let us know what you did to help you get there. Because a lot of people, we start with good credit, but they end up being messed up along the way. But if you maintain a 750 or higher, put it in the comment. Just put hey 700 club or hey 800 club. That's all. You can share how you did it, how you maintain it, which is good. It can be very beneficial for a lot of people that's reading the comments. I'm curious.
Yes, I'm curious too. So, guys, don't forget to put it down. And thank you for your participation. And again, Coach Ceranise, thank you again for your time. And I will contact you. I will send people your way, especially if I know somebody has bad credit or we need more advice or the higher scholarship, everything like that. I'll send it to you. And hopefully the viewers will do the same thing because we help each other so that this year, 2022, will be an awesome year and the rest of the years, 2022, or the rest of our life. So again, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. And one last thing I want to say to our audience, even if you don't need good credit, even if let's say you have a perfect credit, if you don't need it, we have a referral program. So you can refer family, friends, neighbors, even enemies. Refer somebody you can help. You just don't know how you can help that person. So you can always refer someone to us by just giving them my website. They can reach out to me, or Facebook, Instagram, and that's those are the two best ways they can reach me. And also my website, they can go on my website ceranisefinancial.com, and they can leave their feedback, their information, so we can reach out to them. And we also, like with the referral program, let's say somebody come and take the service and they refer 5 people, their monthly fees are waived. So really we have something amazing. And again, thank you for having me. If you're watching this show and say, hey, I'm good, my credit score is good, please refer a friend, refer someone, because you can really, really help that person save a lot of money.
So I say thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Be blessed. Happy New Year 2022.
Happy New Year.
All right.